Good morning, Cadillac, and welcome to your first episode of Hallomania. I'm Zachary, and I'll be your today's host.
And I'm Holden, your co-host.
The topic for today is the history of Halloween. Now, what is Halloween exactly? I'll tell you. Halloween as we know it today is a holiday many people love where they go from house to house to get candy from strangers and wear costumes.
But was Halloween always like that? Where did it start? And how did it end up here in America? These are all things that we're going to cover this episode of Hallomania.
Going back to the 8th century at the start of All Hallows Eve. All Hallows Eve was originally known as Samhain, which was celebrated in Ireland before Christians came and changed to All Hallows Eve. Samhain was celebrated by the Celts somewhere 2,000 years ago. It was believed that spirits of loved ones would come and visit on that night during what the Celts called bonfires. It also marked the end of the year and the start of the new harvest season.
So right around when the Christians came around, the traditions changed, starting off with the myth of Stingy Jack. As the tale goes, he was a clever drunk man who tricked the devil into banning him from hell. But because of his tricks and not so many treats, he was also not brought into heaven either. And so the legend that Stingy Jack wanders the countryside of Ireland during All Hallows Eve, where the veil between life and death is the thinnest. So to combat this, children would carve turnips and make them into lanterns and go souling. The turnip lanterns were to keep them safe from spirits like Jack, and they walked from house to house gathering soul cakes instead of candy.
What were soul cakes, Holden?
Soul cakes were shortbread pastries that were usually filled with fruit or different types of filling.
So like toaster strudels? Thank you, random pop-up skeleton.
Zach, who are you talking to?
I'm... no one. What else can you tell me about the traditions, Holden?
Well, the reasons that the Irish wore costumes back in the day were to trick spirits and fairies into thinking they were scary monsters or animals, so they wouldn't get kidnapped.
So we dress up to prevent getting kidnapped from spirits?
Yeah, well, I don't think we do that now, but that's how it was done back then.
Speaking of more recent times, let's talk closer to current-day Halloween, when Halloween came around to America in the late 1700s. Shortly after this time, the traditional turnip slowly turned into the pumpkin because it was easier to carve. Now, what about the candy?
Well, you see, the traditional soul cakes then returned to the candy that we now know and love today. Though Halloween candy had a shortage during World War II due to the high demand for sugar for soldiers, but after the war, Halloween candy came back up and Halloween was celebrated just as it had been before.
Which, of course, leads us to today's way of celebrating Halloween. Going from house to house to get candy from strangers, dressing up in tons of different ways, and going to parties with your friends. Well, if you get invited, of course. There's a lot of history behind the different costumes people wear, but that's a story for another time. Maybe next year, maybe in a different episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, where the host will be talking about the different kinds of Halloween candy.
Have
And a spooky-filled Halloween.
Hello and welcome to the second segment of our first Hallomania show, Tricks of Treats. I am Trey, your host.
I'm Vicky.
I'm Annie.
So today we're going to be trying staple Halloween candy, and we'll be basically giving our thoughts on the candy, and we can rate them out of 10 based on how we enjoyed it. And you're welcome to share any special memories you have with trick-or-treating in general, and candies you enjoyed seeing in that bag or bucket. So let's get started. Okay, so first we'll be eating candy corn. You're gonna pass me the candy corn? All right. So what are your thoughts on candy corn, guys?
Okay, so you know how you want to eat a candle, but you can't eat a candle because there's chemicals in a candle. Perfect workaround candy corn.
All right, so I'm gonna open it up.
Just saying.
Open candy corn.
It's a classic.
Trey, give it to me.
It's a
Take the candy corn.
I can do this.
We
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I cannot open the candy corn.
That's down to our last host. You're like my mom.
Annie, you're the only one left.
You're like my mom when I can't open candy.
I want a pumpkin.
Is this in?
I want a pumpkin.
You want a pumpkin?
I want a pumpkin. Okay, you guys can have whatever one you want.
Okay.
I want the bag.
No, you have to give Trey a piece.
Yeah, I want at least one
Shoot,
piece.
we gotta
Thank
eat
you.
it at the same
Okay.
time, though.
Okay, so we all get pumpkins.
So, I got like a melted looking one. This one does not look very good. Okay, so let's eat it.
Tastes like candle wax.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
Yeah,
It's so chewy.
that's the point. It's candy.
7 out of 10. That's Vicky's
Give it
rating.
a
That's your rating?
7.2.
5 out of 10. 5 is generous for candy corn.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so the next one we'll
Is
be
it
trying
regular candy corns? instead of
M&Ms.
pumpkins?
There goes our M&Ms. Good job, Trey.
I'll just take a couple and pass it
Okay.
down.
Is there gonna be enough for me by the time you guys
So I remember my mom used to throw away all of the candy I had in little bags like that because it was just too hard to tell if it was poisoned or not.
Yeah,
Yeah. Trey, how dare you eat before us?
I'm the host, darn it. So, I'm just gonna start telling a story while I'm eating. I think M&Ms were one of my least favorite candy to get from trick or treating, just because I don't know, it was just chocolate. I mean, I guess chocolate isn't that bad. Like, I like Hershey bars and stuff, but like something about it, just the chocolate didn't taste that good to me. So, and for that, I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
M&Ms. M&Ms are hard. I'm gonna give it a solid 6. 6 out of 10 for the M&Ms.
M&Ms are not my favorite because every time everyone's like, oh, we're gonna have peanuts. We're gonna have peanuts because it's healthy, but it doesn't make it taste any better, like at all. So I'm gonna give it a 2.
Like the peanut
2?
M&Ms.
A 2.
M&Ms get 2 out of 10.
normal-
I have trauma with
Normal
M&Ms.
M&Ms? Wow, okay. All right. All right, so now we're gonna move on to Snickers, all right? Just,
Oh.
all right, next. All right,
Bon appetit.
I think Snickers,
I hate Snickers, Loki.
really?
Yeah.
What about it do you not like about it?
They're kind of gross.
Like looking or?
Just too sweet. They're too sweet.
Bone apple teeth.
Like, look at this. This has chocolate and caramel in it. And some sort
That's
of...
what. Okay, I'm gonna save that for
And
when
like-
we get to another candy.
And like some sort of like candy filling. That's just too much candy.
You're in for a surprise, ma'am.
I'll say, I don't really like the caramel in Snickers. I don't know, I think it just ruins the peanuts.
0 out of 10.
It's nuts in chocolate. No, thank you. The
Controversy.
caramel, the chocolate, great. The nuts, no, thank you.
I love the fact that we all hate. Oh my lordy lord. Okay, Trey, what's the next one?
Well, you didn't rate it. I rated
Oh,
it.
I did
I'll
rate it,
give
0 out of
I'll
10.
give it a 7.5.
I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
Okay. Next one's Reese's. Everyone loves Reese's. If you don't love Reese's, come on.
Oh, okay. So actually, Reese's, okay, so they're so sketchy because sometimes you get them and they're like kind of
Open?
green. Yeah.
Oh.
And they're kind of open.
I've
so
had
like
a couple that were open.
I've
What
had,
do you get that are green?
That's what I mean. I got a Reese's and I took a big fat bite out of it and it was like green
On
and
the
I thought I
inside?
was gonna get, I thought I was
Yucky.
poisoned. Like I thought somebody had put drugs in my candy.
Okay, well, drugs for
Yucky.
candy just for that.
Candy is drugs.
That's true.
Well,
We love drugs.
look at how
candy.
cute they are. So
They
cute.
are
They're so
cute
adorable.
until you hold them and then you realize, oh, they're crumbling in my hands. But they're
Right.
still really good.
And
Like, my
I feel like
favorite
they're
candy.
always melted. Like you never get
Trey!
an unmelted one. God, going for it.
Sorry.
Fine, then I'm gonna.
Well, we eat it and talk about it, right?
Well, I can't talk now. So,
I do love chocolate and peanut butter though. And for that very reason, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10.
I give Reese's a 9.8 out of 10. Favorite candy. I love getting them, and I'm sorry to my siblings, but I go through your buckets and take all your Reese's. That is not a joke. I actually do that. I'm not sorry.
You were that kid.
I am that
Unapologetic
kid.
about it.
I am that kid. I wasn't. It's not I was that kid. I am that kid.
Yeah, I'm the same way. When my mom gets like those big bags of candy, because we don't have trick-or-treaters at our house because we live in the middle of nowhere. So I usually just take all the Reese's and hide them or just eat them all in one sitting. But just for that, I give Reese's a 9 out of 10. I think they're really good. They do chocolate and peanut butter just right. Okay, so next we are going to try Crunch. How long has it been since you've all had a Crunch?
Like years. I throw these ones away.
Eons, really? They're
I do.
good.
I never ever
Crunch?
eat the crunch. I throw them away.
You're weird. You're
They're
crunchy.
gross.
Honestly, I give them to my brother.
They're just
And he just eats
chocolate
them.
with little pockets of air in them, pretty much.
You mean rice?
Rice? That's what's in them? Mm-hmm. Ew.
Yeah, it's not that good.
They're not horrible though.
These are just like, yeah, they're crunchy, right? Because like you eat it and it's like,
The rice adds a little bit of zest to it. It
tastes
doesn't
like-
add flavor, it just adds zest.
It tastes like somebody put dirt in my chocolate.
yeah, that too. It tastes like you're eating dirt.
Negative 1,000 out of 10.
Negative 1,000 out of 10.
I hate them.
Okay.
They're so gross.
I give it a 2.
I give it a good 3.5.
I love how we all gave them
They're not even that bad.
ones.
They're
They
not
are
bad.
that bad.
They're not my favorite. They can't beat Reese's.
No.
Aki.
Never. Okay. Is that, we're done with crunch?
Yeah, we're done with
Okay.
crunch. You skipped the Twix.
Move on to Hershey bars. We're going down the list.
Hershey's, okay. So actually, funny story. I did a science project and I used Hershey's to literally symbolize fat. Because there's so many like lipids in it. So I literally used that.
And that's on Science Today.
Yeah, right?
Because I don't know anything she just said.
So many lipids?
What is
Lipids.
that?
They're like fat.
Oh.
Just fat?
Oh, I have a fun fact. So, you know how, did your schools do like chocolate fundraisers?
Yeah.
So, my school did that, and I also had to make fudge for a class the next day. Like, we were told a week in advance. You know how kids are, they don't tell you the last minute. I was that kid. And I tell my mom, 9 o'clock at night, hey mom, I need fudge tomorrow morning, homemade fudge. And she's like, what? You need what? So we look up a simple recipe, and we go to get the chocolates, because that's what we ended up using. And we found out I ate all of them.
What?
Yeah. I was that kid. I was that kid.
Okay, I rate
See, chocolate-
Hershey's 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
5 out of 10.
What do you
Because it could be worse. It could be worse.
It
Yeah.
could be worse. I'm going to give it like a solid 3.
We are so like, we're hating on these candies right
feel
now.
like
It's
I'm
not that I
inconsistent with my
hate it.
ratings.
It's just that Hershey's is not my favorite. I can think of so many better chocolate. And it's just plain chocolate.
Yeah.
All right,
Like for
Trey,
plain chocolate, it's not bad, but
we need your opinion.
I only get
Hershey's.
Hershey's for when I want like s'mores, because s'mores are really good, and Hershey's are good on s'mores. But then again, you know, Reese's are better on s'mores than Hershey's. So why do you even get them, right?
That's true.
So I rate them a 4, just because
4.
they're good.
my mind's been blown. What?
Okay,
Say that again.
I give them a 4.
4 out of 10.
No.
Reese's on
Reese's on
s'mores?
s'mores
that?
are good.
They're good. They're great.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
Trey.
have to
Never
try
tried
it.
it before? Okay, so next one is Butterfingers. I love Butterfingers.
Get
I'll
your
eat all
finger
of these.
off my Butterfingers. Ow! That was rude. You didn't have to be rude about it.
I always have to be rude about it.
Honestly, I don't even know what this is in the middle.
So when I was
forgot.
little,
It's chocolate and
Butterfingers were my favorite. But now they're kind of mid.
It's chocolate and toffee. You can't really get much better than that. I'm gonna give this like a solid 8.5. It's not bad.
I think because they were my childhood favorite, I'm gonna give them a 9 out of 10.
See, me and Vicky are kind of opposite, because I hated these when I was a kid. I hated Butterfingers. I'd always give them to my brother, but now I love them. I think they're one of my favorites, so I give them an 8.5. Just because they're so underrated. All right, Milky Way.
Milky Way, where are they?
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're right here. Found them.
I'm not even gonna
Oh, there's 3.
put this in my mouth
Why?
Just pretend.
because I hate them. They're gross.
Okay.
It doesn't even get the privilege of entering my mouth.
So we couldn't find Milky Way. So we're doing Three Musketeers, because
This
they're
is
the
pretty much the
same
same
thing.
thing.
They're the same thing, just without caramel. And
Yeah.
does caramel really add much to candy? Does it? It does a little bit, but I still
It makes
like.
it too sugary.
I like Three Musketeers and Milky Way about the same. So
Negative 10 out of 10.
you don't like nougat?
I won't even put it in my mouth. It's so
what did
gross.
you just call it?
Nougat. Isn't that what it is?
No! It's Three Musketeers.
No, like the stuff in the middle, like the chocolate, and then there's nougat.
Yeah, no, it's gross. It's
Where did
nasty.
this word come from?
Okay.
The fact that you haven't heard of nougat before, it's not my fault, okay? But I like
The fact
nougat.
that I was uneducated before this episode.
Did you think I said something else?
No.
Nugget?
I wish. I want nuggets.
Okay. What do you think? What are you rating it?
I'll give it a 7.
Ew.
I'm giving it a 6. It's not that bad.
It deserves less than that.
Yeah.
It's
all right.
nasty.
So now we're getting to the malted milk balls. That's a weird name.
Malted milk balls.
They're called Whoppers.
I was just gonna pour some in your hand.
Chaos.
That's why Vicky's are chaos. I'm sorry if I gave you too many. But yeah, I
Too
like
many?
these.
You didn't give me enough.
You want more?
I'm kidding.
I'll
You're
give
fine.
you more.
You're fine. Let's
Okay.
take them later.
They're so good.
Like they are really good, but like the crunch. You want some ass?
Okay. So little thing. I worked at an ice cream shop for like 4 years, and the first time I ever had to make somebody a malt, my boss told me it's like a milkshake but with the stuff that's inside of a Whopper. And my little like 13 or 14-year-old brain went, like the sandwich? I was utterly confused until I had to dig out all this malt powder, and I was like, this isn't in a burger.
I don't know. We don't know what's in the Impossible Whopper. Okay, so my story with this is these have been around for gosh darn long time, right? And when I was, excuse me, when I was younger, I didn't know the names of these. So I called them coconutties. You know, like the cookies from Despicable Me, because that's around the time when I actually started eating these. I called them coconutties.
So you thought
Beautiful.
Whoppers had coconut in them? Or
No, they look like coconuts.
oh, they do. They do.
That's why they're coconutties.
Okay.
I still call them coconutties.
I would just call them like chocolate balls. My mom wouldn't know what I meant.
10 out of 10.
Mom, I want chocolate balls.
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
I'll give it
give it a
an
9.
8. 8
Beautiful.
out of 10. They're solid. All
Whoppers
right.
deserve the world.
So we didn't have milk duds. So we got the next best thing.
That is not even close. If anybody
got dots.
gives you one of these, in your candy bucket, pull it out and throw it at their face because these are the nastiest things
No,
I
they're
have
not.
ever tasted.
They're not. The yellow one is.
Okay,
They're
so
so gross.
imagine this scenario.
This is the
right?
problem with these, though.
Imagine this scenario. All right, you're trick or treating. You know, it's been
have to
it's
ruin
been a
the
couple
oxygen.
hours, right? And you know, you go to a door. You open up the person opens up the door. They like have one of those buckets, like take one, and there's only these left. This is how.
And like
Yeah.
nobody ever actually takes one when it says take one. You have to babysit the bucket because no one's just gonna take one, and everybody knows that.
I wouldn't take none when they were dots.
Don't disrespect Whoppers ever again.
I
Keep my Whopper's name out your mouth. Almost said a bad word.
I was holding
0
it.
out of 10.
0?
0.
I like the yellow and green ones. I'm gonna give it a 5.
I think they get stuck in my mouth.
Uh-huh.
That's
Gross.
it.
Oh,
I think
if
they
you
taste
have
good.
braces, don't eat these. These will get stuck in your braces. Don't do it. If you have braces, you probably shouldn't be eating candy unless your dentist says it's
I
okay.
used to cry when people gave me dots. I used to cry.
I
was
take
like,
my
"Ew, I don't
family's
want
dots.
this."
I like them.
Because most of them taste bad, right? Mm-hmm.
Except for like the
green
red
ones.
one is decent.
The orange, yellow, and green one, because they're all citrusy fruit
Mm-hmm.
flavored, I like those most.
I'm just gonna chug the rest of them.
Okay.
Okay.
We need ratings from you two so we can do the next one.
It's a 2.
It's a 2 out of 10. I don't even think it deserves a 2.
I already gave it a 5.
Oh, 5 out of 10. Beautiful.
Next
Should
up
we go
is Tootsie Rolls.
classic?
Classic.
We love the Tootsie Rolls. I don't
Stand
know.
by while I'm still chewing on my dots.
I know, right? I don't know why, but every time I eat Tootsie Rolls, I relate it to What's that one show called?
That one show.
The one with Charlie Brown.
They're called Peanuts.
Peanuts, yeah, Peanuts. That's why I think every time I eat a Tootsie Roll, I don't know why. It's what comes into my brain.
It's just nostalgic, and it's like, it's straight chocolate, but it doesn't taste like Hershey's, and that's what I like about it. Mm-hmm. My hand motions all over the place.
I just don't think they taste that good.
Solid 10 out of 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a 4.
You're disrespecting.
It's like the worst tasting
The door.
chocolate in all of candy,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
You know where the door is. We'll take over from here. You can leave.
Okay.
Like, the spiders are disrespected by that.
Okay.
What's next? Okay.
Okay.
Smarties.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pass.
Can you not have Smarties?
I don't like Smarties.
You still have to eat them.
If Vicky didn't have to eat Three Musketeers, I don't have to eat Smarties.
Yeah, but Vicky's like,
These are a child drug.
Vicky's swag.
I used to, and this can be really bad. I don't know if I can say this, but I used to crush these.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have
Every
to
little
say
kid did.
anything else.
My,
And then like because most of the time I get them at like Asian restaurants. So I take my chopsticks, which I learned
Oh
how to
my
do very
God.
fast. I'd pick these up, and then I pretend that they're my pills that I take every day. I'd like raise my hand, teacher, I have pills, and she's like, what pills? Smarties. Those aren't pills.
these are my dad's favorite candy. They're kind of mid though.
Pretty basic.
I feel like they're
honestly.
overhyped.
Yeah.
It's literally just colored sugar.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about it. It's way too sugary for me.
Oh.
The thing about me that I hate the most is that when I was younger, I could eat tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of sugar. And then I went to the gym for a year, and now I can't eat as much sugar.
Me too.
For real, me too. I
Gym bros.
love how we're the three doing the candy
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
When we don't
I
eat
mean,
much
it's
candy.
good. I just
Anyway,
need water.
I'm gonna give it a
0.
Okay, so we're
Negative.
getting.
It's gonna get a
Two.
solid 6.
Yeah.
I get a -2. You guys.
7. I'll give it a 7.
7, alrighty.
So we're closing down to our last candies. We'll do Skittles next. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
We're kind of your catch game, bro.
You know what? You caught me when I was spacing out. Okay. Oh crap. Because I have ADHD.
So Skittles are like supreme.
They are supreme. Oh, I only got.
Plus, they're like the fruitiest one.
I feel
Honestly?
like these are Halloween. I got the Halloween theme because I only got red, orange, yellow, and brown.
Those are like all fall colors.
You
Exactly.
got-
That I
yeah.
got the lucky jackpot.
That's so
See
cute.
that? You see that? Oh crap!
I got mostly
went
tropical.
to a dot spot.
Mine is truly rainbow.
Yeah.
Except for I only had one red, and that makes me sad because the red ones are my favorite.
I got my favorite ones green. Most of them are green, so I like those.
ASMR.
Skittle ASMR. Skittle. We're joking. Okay. I'm gonna give Skittles.
These are hard.
Skittles are another 10 out of 10 for me because they're
Yeah.
so good.
You can't beat Skittles.
You can't.
My question though, is it brown or is it purple? Like in the light, it looks like it could be purple. But I don't know, it doesn't taste like purple. You know how blue has a certain taste?
Okay.
Purple has a certain taste too, but it doesn't taste like that.
We gotta scoot boot to the next one.
Let's do Twix next. Because I have a thing to say.
Yep.
And we skipped it, so.
Actually, we haven't done Twix or Kit Kat. So
No, we skipped Twix though.
You guys are in for a treat.
What I have to say, Vicky,
Don't try to rush me, Trey.
give her
I'm
the
busy.
left. Give her the left. Give her the left.
You-
I
I would
only
give-
eat the left Twix.
So, what I have to say, Miss Victoria, you said about Snickers that you don't like chocolate and caramel. That's literally all this is.
Yeah, but this one has a cookie wafer. And it
fair.
negates the sugar.
Okay. Oh, I still have Skittles in my hand. I forgot about that. Yeah, they're gonna stay in my hand.
Beautiful. lovely. We love her for
I still have
everything.
skills in my mouth.
9 out of 10.
I love how we got the trash can and we were supposed to put it right under there.
Notice
can't
it's
reach
the
it.
left because the left is way better than the right.
If you're laying
And
out
that's just
Twix
facts.
and you have all these rights and one left, don't put it on the right side of the Twix.
Put it on the
It's
right
not
side.
that.
Cause chaos.
This is not how to anger your co-host.
Anarchy!
Okay. I'm just gonna say, those were actually my favorite ones. So, the Twix. So, we're just gonna move on. 10 out of 10?
I'm
Kit
gonna
Kat
give
is
it
next.
abuse.
Okay. We are
So
gonna
how do you
speed
eat a
round
Kit Kat?
this last
How do you
one.
eat a Kit Kat?
Okay, first of all, you aren't
gotta open
a
it.
mom. You aren't an animal, so you break it in half.
My
Okay.
band teacher literally,
You snap it in
Yeah,
half.
see, look. Now you
and then
have
you
two.
take a bite.
my band teacher takes a bite out of it like this, and he angers me.
That's
I
because
love
he's
him,
on
but he
crack.
angers me.
8 out of 10 for that one.
Yeah.
I put these in ice cream a lot.
Yeah, just enough cookie.
Add caramel to it, and it's a Twix. It's the same thing.
So that
No.
means it's a 10 then?
Ah.
Okay.
Sorry, I gotta finish
So
my
now-
Skittles.
We're gonna hurry up here. I gave it a 10. What did you give it?
I give it a 9.
I give it a
That's a
9.5.
solid 9.
Solid 9.5.
Blow pops. So I'm gonna give.
This'll probably be
you
our
like
last
grape?
one.
You like grape?
Yeah, like grape.
All right.
Last
And then
candy.
You get the cherry.
I'm gonna get the rest of those.
And we get the rest of.
What flavor did you get? I don't
got
want to
two.
share
Okay.
flavors with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
We
got
gotta
two.
go fast. We gotta go fast.
So blow pop. Honestly, I like the gum and blow pop.
I
I don't know
can't
why
open
people
it.
don't like it.
They remind me too much of Tootsie Rolls.
It takes me a
Tootsie
long time
Pops.
to eat though, so I'm just gonna put it in my mouth. I got the flavor. I like cherry. Cherry is my favorite flavor for blow pops, except for watermelon.
No.
But oh, you got a lopsided one.
Okay.
No.
Well-
Okay.
Blow pops are pretty good.
I give
They're
it.
just
Yeah.
sugar candy though, so like I don't know, like a 2 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 6. All
Okay.
right. So we're gonna eat Pop Rocks now,
No.
or no? You don't want to eat Pop Rocks?
Well, we gotta be done.
Oh, okay. So that was the second segment of our Hallomania show, Trick or Treats. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you have a blessed day. Yep. We hope you have a
Bye-bye.
good day.